going off of that, this would mark the first time in the UFC there would be a champion from Oregon. Randy's come close with Everett Washington, but do you bring Oregon into a sense of pride coming into this fight?
It brings me a sense of pride. I don't know if I bring in a sense of pride. When they announce my hometown of Westland, Oregon, it gives me a sense of pride and a lot of motivation.
Great, Chael. Best of luck.
Thank you, Sean.
Our next question is from Neil Davison with the Canadian Press. Please go ahead.
Thank you. My question is for Anderson. Ed, could you ask him, does he think that it's fair to criticize fighters who win for the way they fight? That's what happened to him in recent fights. And also there were reports that Damian Maia said some things before the last fight which irritated Anderson. How does Anderson respond to some of the things that Chael has been saying? Have they bothered him?
Anderson, tu acha justo para pessoas criticar tuas lutas, até se você está vencendo a luta, até se você ganhar a luta, tu acha isso justo? E ele ouviu numa reportagem que o Damian Maia falou umas coisas antes da última luta que irritou você. Como você está reagindo com as coisas que o Chael está falando de você?
Eu tô achando engraçado.
E a primeira parte da tua resposta, de pessoas criticar você até você ganhando.
Os fãs são os fãs, né, cara? Eles criticam, eles aplaudem, eles se apaixonam. Os fãs, a gente tem que... Nem todos os fãs que estão ali entendem o que está acontecendo ali dentro.
Yeah, what he says is, a lot of times, the first part of your question, Neil, was that, a lot of times the fans are fans. They're cheering 1 minute, they're booing you the next minute. A lot of times fans, the greatest thing ever, but sometimes fans don't really understand what's happening inside the ring at times. So, I don't really blame them for them reacting in some of the ways that they react. And as far as with all the stuff that Chael's been saying, I actually think it's funny.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Brett Okamoto with the Las Vegas Sun. Please go ahead.
I had a quick one for Chael. Chael, you kind of mentioned Anderson's short answers during this call. Do you feel like you're kind of promoting a fight yourself, and has that been frustrating for you at all?
Do I feel like it? There's no argument there. Of course I'm promoting this fight myself. And that's the way it should be. Nobody wants to hear from Anderson anyway. I'm shocked with all these people that come on here and ask him questions. Who cares what Anderson has to say? You guys are the only fans he's got is the media. There's nobody buying tickets to see this guy. There's nobody selling merchandise because this guy's wearing it. There's nobody tuning into a pay-per-view. I'm the one carrying the show, and that's the way it should be. I'm the one they want to see. I'm the one that they're paying to see. And I really don't even know why he's here.
Is there any concern at all how it'll affect your performance? Because you did say that there are more distractions, being part of a main event.
Everything's a concern. You walk to that ring insecure. You have no idea what's going to happen. I can't control him. I don't know what he's going to do. I mean, everything's a concern, of course. But who cares about that? These guys go in there and they say, well, he's scared. Well, that's street talk. That's what you say on the playground. You call one kid scared, the other kid admits it, then all of a sudden you don't have to fight him. Who cares if you're scared or not? I'm going to put my hands up and go run them into his face repeatedly on August 7th as soon as they call my name.
Okay, and then what Neil just asked, are the comments you're making bothering Anderson? Anderson just said that he thinks that it's funny, but I was there when you were having a Q&A with the fans. I think it was in Las Vegas, and you said that you guys had an interaction, and in your mind it's definitely bothering him. Can you share what that interaction was and what makes you think that you're getting to him?
No and no, but thank you for the question.
All right, well, that's all I had. Thank you, guys.
The next question comes from Franklin McNeil with ESPN. Please go ahead.
I got to give this another try. Anderson, Chael never bites his tongue. He's very clear about how he feels towards you. Can you give us your feelings about Chael on this conference call?
Ele falou que o Chael nunca segura o que ele está sentindo de você. Ele está perguntando mais uma vez, que tu acha dele, como ele está sendo nessa reunião, nesse conference call?
Tô achando ele bastante engraçado, cara.
He says he thinks he's actually being pretty funny.
But Chael's being serious. I mean, he's not being funny at all. And I don't understand why Anderson isn't even trying to respond.
So what you're saying, Franklin, is you're expecting Anderson to engage and get into this like confrontation inside this is just words, this is just a conference call. Anderson finds it to be funny, and they'll take care of what they got to take care of August 7th inside the octagon. And we'll see.
Okay,
and then we'll see who's laughing.
Okay, that's his stance, is what you're saying. That's his stance on this, is that he'll take care of business on fight night.
Well, yeah, he just thinks it's funny. You asked him what he thought about his comments on this call. He says he thinks it's funny. That's what it is. There's no reason for us to engage in anything right now. That's the way I believe Anderson feels. If he felt like there was a reason to engage, he would have engaged.
Okay, good enough. Fair enough.
And our next caller is from Mike Chappelle with AOL Sports. Please go ahead.
I want to follow up on that a little bit if I could, Ed. When Anderson says he thinks Chael is funny, does he mean funny like he's amusing or funny as in funny like hilarious? I mean, I guess what I'm getting at is does he think Chael is genuine in what he's saying about Anderson, or does he think it's just funny talk to kind of generate hype?
Well, I think funny means the same thing. I think it could be all of those things. I mean, I don't get it. If he's funny, I mean, I actually don't really understand the question. He thinks he's funny. He thinks the comments he says are amusing.
Does he think what Chael says is his genuine, honest opinion, or is Chael just trying to just...
Tu acha, Anderson, que o Chael tá falando de você, você acha que ele tá sério ou você acha que ele só tá tentando promover a luta?
Cara, a minha opinião é o seguinte, cara. Ele tá tentando promover do jeito que ele consegue, entendeu? Eu não preciso ficar falando bobagem dele pra promover a luta. As pessoas querem ir lá e ver o cara fazer o trabalho dele. Ele tem que ir lá e fazer o trabalho dele, não ficar fazendo palhaçada.
Yeah, he said that, what's in his mind is he wants to go in there and do his job. I mean, everyone has their own way of promoting a fight. This is the way that Chael is choosing to promote the fight. And that's his choice, But on August 7th, I have a job to do, and that's what I'm going to go in and do, is do my job, not mess around and talk a bunch of crap about people.
I'm wondering if you could tell me, too, what... back home in Brazil, kind of how it's being perceived there.
Well, he's not in Brazil right now. He's done his training camp here.
How long has he been here? For a couple months, though?
For a couple months, yes.
Okay. And I guess if you could just one more quick question. Can you ask Anderson does he think that Chael is worthy of this title opportunity?
Anderson, tu acha que o Chael merece essa oportunidade para lutar pelo cinturão?
Claro que eu acho.
Of course I do. I think he deserves it.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
And our next question is from Lance Puckmeyer with the Los Angeles Times. Please go ahead.
The first question is for Anderson, and Anderson, obviously, we know what's happened in the last few months with you. Have you grown bored with this division?
Ele falou que ele está sabendo o que aconteceu com você nesses últimos meses. Você já está começando a perder interesse nessa categoria?
Não, é minha categoria, eu gosto de lutar na minha categoria e vou me aposentar na minha categoria.
He said, no, I haven't gotten bored. I like my sport. I like my weight division that I fight in, and I'm prepared to stay in my weight division.
And Chael, can you discuss? Go ahead, with Anderson. You want to say something else?
Quer falar outra coisa, Anderson?
Eu quero falar o que eu tô falando, né? Se puder falar o que eu tô falando, vai ser legal pra caralho.
Não, mas eu não ouvi exatamente o que você falou, Anderson. Eu só peguei as partes.
Você não ouviu? Pergunta de novo.
O que você falou?
Eu falei que não perdi interesse na minha categoria e vou me aposentar na minha categoria.
And basically what he said is he said that I didn't translate exactly, but he said that he wants to retire fighting in his weight category.